Good evening, and I'm going to talk about the exchange theory by George Holmes. As we know that Holmes was the founder of the exchange theory, and he brought in several concepts in order to understand about the varied exchanges that we have with varied people around us. And in these exchanges we build relationships, and he tried to come up with several propositions that will make us behave in a particular way, and we'll keep repeating certain behaviors based on our experience of rewards and outcomes, as well as the cost that certain behaviors would have on us, and accordingly we will undertake some behaviors to a more extent compared to some other behaviors because those are rewarded, and it would be beneficial for us in any given relationship. So coming to some of the important points of what Holmes presents to us, is that Holmes' work emphasized on individual behavior factors in interaction with one another. Although there are various modes of exchange, Holmes centered his studies on dyadic exchange, which I had said earlier. So Holmes based his theory on concepts of expectancy, distribution, justice in dyadic exchange. Dyadic means there are two people involved in an exchange. So with this he tries to explain the social interaction in small groups and the rewards received proportional to their cost and investment. So although we are listening to these terms of reward and investment and so on and cost, but the whole idea here is that we need to understand that when we try to build relationships with people, we usually try to weigh the pros and cons when we are interacting with anybody, to see like how somebody is going to be beneficial to us or not. And this happens in a very subtle and subconscious way. So Holmes summarizes the system in three propositions. What he talks about: the success, stimulus, and the deprivation satiation proposition. Although he then developed another two propositions. So basically Holmes came up with 5 propositions in which he talks that exchange takes place. So I will quickly run through these 5 propositions so that we understand in very quickly, in a nutshell, about Holmes' ideas. So the first proposition according to Holmes is the success proposition. The success proposition states that the behavior that creates positive outcome is likely to be repeated. So for example, if say most of the time you have been interacting with your teacher and you have been humble, gentle, kind, and very obedient, and say if this creates a positive outcome, then your teacher also reciprocates in the same way to you, then you are likely to repeat this behavior again and again. That is what it means. That means you're going to be successful with it. The second proposition states that it's of the stimulus proposition. It believes that if an individual behavior is rewarded in the past, the individual will continue with the previous behavior. So this is very simple to understand that. Say for example, you answered an exam, and after answering the exam you scored certain marks, and which were very good, and you were rewarded for it. That means you will keep doing the same thing again and again, because you know that by getting good marks you are going to be rewarded for it. Maybe you will be given a cycle or maybe a bike or whatever, and the individual will continue with this behavior and always try to seek for some reward in relation to his behavior. Coming to the third proposition is the value proposition, in which the value proposition believes that if the result of the behavioral action is considered valuable to the individual, it is more likely for that behavior to occur. So what does this mean? It means that whatever action you do, and if there is considerable value to you as an individual, you will keep doing that same behavior again and again. So say for example, you have a friend, and or maybe a friend, maybe a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and you are interacting with a given person over a period of time, and every time you interact, that interaction brings value to you. That means you are more likely to keep interacting with that person again and again. The fourth proposition is the deprivation satiation proposition. This believes that if an individual has received the same reward several times, the value of that reward will diminish. So say for example, you have been doing well in studies, say in college, and every time the teacher gives you a chocolate for doing well, and at some point of time you will be saying like, what is this, like every time I'm getting the same chocolate, I want something more interesting, that is more rewarding maybe, and therefore the value of that reward of that chocolate will diminish over a period of time. When you get it the first time, you may feel great about it. And the fifth proposition discusses when emotions occur due to different reward situations. Those who receive more than they expect or do not receive anticipated punishment will be happy and will behave approvingly. Now what does this mean? It means that many a times it may happen that you don't get what you will be happy basically depending on something that you don't expect, like, so it applies to both reward as well as punishment. Say for example, if you have been rewarded for doing something but you did not expect the reward, you will be overjoyed by it. And at the same point of time, if you are doing something, for example, and say you are expecting a punishment but you don't get it, again you will be feeling differently about it. So this is what the fifth proposition discusses about. And with this, I think I have summed up the whole theory of George Homers. Thank you.